You ever walk into school and suddenly you forget how to act normal? Like at home you're fine, you're walking regular, breathing regularly, and existing like a normal human being, but the second that you step into that hallway you're thinking, where do I put my hands? Why am I blinking like that? Did I just walk weird? And the crazy part is nobody even said anything yet. However, your brain already held a whole trial, found you guilty, and sentenced you to embarrassment. I used to think that meant something was wrong with me, truly wrong with me. But what if I told you that the problem wasn't that people were watching me? It was way more embarrassing. The hard truth was that I thought everybody was watching me because I was watching myself too hard. And that's the first thing that changed everything. Most people at school aren't sitting there analyzing your shoes, voice, and your hair, your walk, and your laugh. They're busy panicking about their own shoes, their own voice, their own hair, and their own laugh. Everybody's the main character in their own anxiety movie. But then I had a worse question. If nobody cares as much as we think, why does one laugh from one person feel like it can ruin your entire day? Because school makes small moments feel permanent. One awkward answer in class feels like it gets carved into the walls of history. One bad picture feels like it's going to follow you for the rest of your life. And one person smirks and suddenly your confidence leaves your body like, I wish you the best, but I can't survive here. And this isn't just you being dramatic. The CDC found that 40% of students reported feeling persistently sad or hopeless in high school. That means almost half the hallway isn't judging you from a throne, they're surviving their own storm. But here's the twist that nobody told me about. The people that I was scared of impressing were usually the people that I didn't even want to become. That hit me hard. I was letting random people decide how I dressed, how I talked, what I posted, what music I admitted to like, even how loud I laughed. I wasn't living, I was editing myself in real time. Like my personality was some sort of Google Doc and everyone at school had commenting access. And then one day I asked myself a question that made me uncomfortable. Do I actually want their approval, or am I just scared of their disapproval? And before I could answer that one, another question hit me even harder. Who would I be if I stopped auditioning? Because that's what I was doing every day. It felt like an audition. Walking into class, audition, post a picture, say something funny, wear different shoes, audition. And the prize was what? A couple people maybe thinking I was cool for 8 seconds? That's a terrible paycheck for losing yourself. The PEW found that 39% of teens say social media makes them feel overwhelmed by drama. So we're not just dealing with school anymore, we're dealing with school, group chats, screenshots, stories, comments, likes, side eyes, and people acting like unpaid judges. But then I learned the rule that changed my life. Not every opinion deserves a chair in your own head. So I made a rule. People can have opinions, but they don't automatically get authority. My close friends, they get a voice. My family, they definitely get a voice. And the version of me that I'm trying to become, that person gets the loudest voice. But the random kid in the hallway who makes fun of everyone because he's allergic to silence, he doesn't get a vote. And that sounds simple, but the first time that you actually live like that, it feels terrifying. Because now you have to do the scariest thing in school. Be seen without apologizing for it. So I started small. I wore the things that I actually liked to wear. I raised my hand even when my voice was going to come out shaking. I stopped pretending I hated stuff just because other people might call it corny. And yes, it felt cringe, but I started calling those moments reps. Because confidence is like a muscle. You don't build it by thinking about being confident in your room at midnight. You build it by doing tiny scary things and realizing that you survived. Because here's the part that surprised me. The more I stopped trying to be liked by everyone, the more the right people actually did like me. Because fake confidence attracts attention. Real confidence attracts connection. Common Sense Media found that 81% of teens feel negative pressure about achievement appearance of their future. And if you feel pressure, you're not weak. You're not weird or broken. You're just growing up in a world that feels like it's telling you to be original and then punishes you the second that you stand out. So here's how I stopped caring about what people at school thought about me. I didn't stop caring about people, I stopped worshiping their opinions. I stopped giving strangers control over my personality. I stopped treating embarrassment like death, and I started asking one question every day. What would I do right now if I actually respected myself? Because school feels like the whole world when you're in it, but it is not the whole world. And one day, nobody will remember your awkward moments. But you will remember if you abandon yourself just to be accepted. So don't become fearless, become loyal to yourself. And that's when everything changes.